Good morning everyone, how are you doing? My name is Infrared, and here are yet more puzzles from Lightake. So two of these puzzles are relatively new, they've only been officially released for about a month or so, and this middle one definitely has been out for quite a while. Let's just start with this one since you can already see it. So, hang on. There we go. So there. So according to Lightake, this is the enhanced 4-leaf clover cube. If we take a look at the regular clover cube, we can see that, first of all, they are pretty much the exact same size, but that's not really important. But the main thing here is this one, the enhanced version, has more cuts. If you don't know what the original clover cube is, then this one can turn on the edges like that. And because it's an edge-turning cube, it can also jumble. And the enhanced version can do exactly the same. Though it is a bit more fiddly, because the extra cuts allow it to turn like a 2x2. Oh, lovely. So combining the 2x2 moves with the edge turning moves can certainly lead to some weird stuff. I'm not going to scramble it right now, I'll do this at the end of the video. Looking at this puzzle right now, it doesn't seem all too different from the original clover cube. The only thing that is different that I can notice right now is obviously these edges are split, whereas on the original they're whole. So I am hoping this puzzle won't be all too difficult to solve. I do find the original clover cube, even with jumbling, to be not that much of a challenge, so I do hope that the added pieces add more difficulty. So I guess what we have to do now is scramble it. So first I'm just going to do some half turns on all of the edges, just like how I would scramble a regular one. This turns really well. As I'm turning it right now with only the edge moves, the one thing I can notice is it feels like there is no lubricant in the enhanced version, because you can also tell by sound if I just shut up for a minute. Versus, it definitely sounds and it definitely feels a lot drier. But this is not a speed cube, so I'm not particularly bothered by that. Like, as long as it turns, I'm completely fine. Anyway, that is it scrambled, using half turns. Now onto 2x2 moves. So, half turns, 2x2 only. That already looks like one amazing puzzle. But there's one more thing this puzzle can do. That, of course, is jumbling. Now, if you don't own a jumbling puzzle already, I would actually recommend the original clover cube. Oh yeah, now I have jumbled it a reasonable amount. I can actually still do 2x2 moves when it's in this state. Though not quite, because that is blocked. Let's just do some more jumbling moves here. I can actually turn that. And finally, that's blocked. Well, I don't think I can do any much more, but yeah, that is a scrambled advanced clover cube. Let's move on, shall we? So, onto our second puzzle of the video. It says here Gigaminx, but that's not what this one is. Wait, hang on. Let's see if that works. There we go. So this is a dodecahedron, as you can see here, combined with the cuts of a dino cube, which I don't own, weirdly. The only puzzle similar to this that I do own is the lattice cube, which is just a dino cube with more bits. Anyway, the dino cube turns on the corners like this, and intersects half of the square, like that. So, dino dodecahedron is a dodecahedron turns on the corners. Like that. First impressions of the puzzle are, it's a bit stiff, but if I do a few solves, that'll definitely go away, so that's not too big of a deal. And this is actually a lot smaller than I imagined it to be. Now if we get a Gigaminx for size, this is a Shengshou by the way, you can see that is basically the same size, although the Gigaminx is way heavier. So this is a pretty light puzzle, as in feel and as in solve. Because this puzzle can only turn on the corners, the only pieces that can mix are the pieces with two colours. The single colour centres, for lack of a better term, cannot actually switch places. I'm not expecting this to be too difficult of a solve. There are quite a lot of pieces, so I'm expecting it to be quite a long solve. And this is something I've always wanted to do. Abracadabra! Ooh, I've wanted to do that for so long. Anyway, this is it scrambled. It looks fantastic, because there's so many colours. And now, especially when it's scrambled, you can see what I was talking about. Grey, light blue and orange. Those three pieces are solved, and no matter how I turn it, will always be one move away from solved. So those pieces cannot mix. The pieces with two colours, however, can. You know what's going to happen by now. I'm going to open the box, so the wrong puzzle is going to come. I'm going to take that out, and then the right puzzle will appear magically. So, now with that out of the way, this is, according to the box, the Framework Pyramix by Limcube, or Fangxi. This is a Pyramix, which is, I guess, a tiny bit bigger than a regular Pyramix. I have honestly no idea what this is. And while I've got this here, let's just check the colours, because there's only 4 colours, obviously. So, yellow front, blue on left, and this has the same colour scheme as a regular Pyramix, so that's good. Alrighty then, quick interruption here from editing me. I've done a few solves on this Pyramix, and have found out that because there are no pieces with more than 3 colours, and there are no pieces which stay centered, like centers, you can actually switch the colours. So, for example, now we have blue on the right and red on left. On regular Pyramix, we have red on left, but we have green on the right. So, in this case, green and blue are swapped. This is quite easy to fix, since you only have to swap 4 pieces for the colour scheme to be correct again. But I just want to say this is something you do have to think about when solving this. So back to regularly scheduled nonsense. How this puzzle turns is on the edges. They turn 180 degrees, which is pretty useless because these pieces don't actually mix with anything. But the thing that makes this puzzle special, and the only reason why I bought this, is if you line some pieces up correctly, which is quite difficult to do, then if you've got 4 of them lined up in a row, then you can turn like a 2x2. Split straight down the middle, that's why the edges are split. And it's a bit fiddly to turn. So, turn it like a 2x2, and then these edges can rotate, and then you can turn it back. That is the wrong one. Anyway, no I haven't. Fantastic. So, combining 2x2 moves with half turns, I guess, is going to make a very interesting puzzle. I guess similar to the other two, I'm just gonna go ahead and scramble it. So there we have it. One scrambled puzzle. It doesn't look too scrambled, because there's only 2 colours per piece and not that many pieces. One thing I have found out while scrambling it is, if you turn the top layer just right, you get this. No, that doesn't work. So there we have it. These are the basics of the 3 puzzles I bought. Link in the description to all 3 of them, by the way. And this definitely reminds me that I need to record this outro before I scramble all the puzzles. If you want to see me do a tutorial on the original Clover Cube, then do leave a comment below, either here or on Reddit. I don't think I'm going to do another video on the Dodecahedron. That's a relatively simple puzzle, and RedKB already has a fantastic video about that, which is actually where I first saw this puzzle. Framework Pyramix, I have no idea what this is. That's the exact reason why I bought it. And hopefully it won't be too difficult. Anyway, if you like the video, then please do so. If you like me as a person, then why not subscribe? Follow me on Twitter and stuff. Bye.